Em Rusciano and Michael Lucas.
It was like viewing another species on another planet.
This is Emsolation.
I don't blame them if they don't feel safe. We're crossing lines.
We are not. It's all we've got in lockdown.
I am becoming you. It's like you possessed me.
I want to implement a safe word for my family, and I'll just shout at them, banana, banana.
You're in Emsolation.
Tick, 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 tick my box. Good morning, everyone. Hello. This is the second time I've done this. I'm so tired. I've had a collective 4 hours sleep over the last 2 nights, and I was trying to do this slick intro and get you all to become Emsolators, which is hardcore fans of this podcast. If you want to become one, just go to my website.com.au. Emrusciano. Oh my God, I can't even say my website, guys. I'm going to keep pushing on. I can't do another recording. I'm so tired. Emrusciano.com is where you'll find all that information. Also, the hoodies are back on sale until tomorrow lunchtime. So if you want to get a Rage and Rainbows hoodie, this is the last time we'll be doing them. You keep selling me out. You're so thirsty for them. I love it. I'm not getting any sleep because Elio is teething. And it feels like all his teeth are coming at once. There's just this assault happening on his poor little mouth. And on Saturday night, I was sitting just holding him, and he projectile spewed everywhere all over me. It was biblical. It was apocalyptic. I thought his head was going to start spinning, and it just went everywhere. And so we cleaned it all up, and then I sat him back down again, and then he went a second time, and I don't know where the reserves of the second spew came from, but then it was just all over me again, and I said to Scott, I'm just going to sleep in it. I don't even care. And Scott was like, no, we have to clean you. I said, no, leave the spew. He's probably going to go again, and he did go again. 3 times a charm. It came out his little nose. Oh my God, it was so hectic. I forgot about the projectile spewing because it's been so long since I've had a baby in my house. I forgot how visceral and violent it is. It was just, oh my God, it was so awful. And the poor little thing. And then we finally cleaned it all up and went to bed. And of course, he just wanted to sleep across my neck. You know, when your kid just has to have their head. I think if he could have crawled into my skin, he would have just wrapped me up in a little skin suit. And if I moved him at all, if I dared move him an inch, he would just scream. So I lay there till 4 a.m. both nights. I was up till 4 last night with him. And I was laughing about it before, but it is like a big night out, but without any of the fun. But my big nights out did used to end in spew and crying, and that is exactly what I've gone through the last 2 nights. So it's okay. And then this morning, I'm coming to you from the side of the road. I'm tethering off my iPhone. People driving past are looking at me like, I don't know, I'm some kind of lunatic. I'm talking into my little microphone because the people next door decided to wood chip some trees. And I said to Scott this morning, oh, God, I wish they could have given us some notice. It's so loud. He goes, oh, yeah, they told me on Friday. I just forgot. I go, what? You don't think you could have maybe remembered that Monday morning we've got something on? He goes, yeah, I just forgot. That's fine, Scott. It's fine. No worries. But how was your Mother's Day? Mine was nice. I got breakfast in bed, which is the height of treat for me. I love, if I could do everything from my bed, I would. My bed is my safe space, except when it's covered in spew, but even then. And I lay there and Marcella set an alarm and she got up early and she bought me in some beautiful breakfast. And then Odette had spent the day before making me a cake. I'd been banned from the kitchen, which is fine by me. And Scott got me some hand cream. What's with hand cream in people our age? I mean, I assume a lot of you listening are between, say, 35 and 50. Why do they think we need hand cream? I got hand cream from Marcella and I got hand cream from Scott. And I said to them, are you trying to tell me something? Why do people think middle-aged women want hand cream? I don't want it. I don't ever think to myself when I go to shop, geez, I'm running low on hand cream. I won't be running low on hand cream till 2057, you guys. And look, I hope whatever Mother's Day means to you, you somehow had a nice time or a nice memory. And not all mums are, traditional mums. Some people identify as mums or have taken on other kids, or maybe you're a mother of a dog. But for me, Mother's Day is just about celebrating caregivers, because often that's the case. Look, today we're going to be tackling Adele. Michael's about to arrive, and the reaction to her weight loss by the world has really got to me. What a surprise. So we're going to be talking about that, and also we're going to be doing a lot of Disney talk. So I warn you, if you're not a Disney fan, the Michael section could be hard work, but maybe you'll learn some things. And also Scotty got a great message from one of you guys about having the confidence to go for that promotion at work. And it was his little eyes lit up when he heard your little message. So hopefully that's helpful. I'm going to take a picture just so you understand that I'm definitely coming to you live from the car. This thing is raw and real, just as I am. So we better kick in, get going, and, if there's noises, if there's trucks honking, it's just part of the ambience, guys. It'll be fine. All right, let's get Michael in.
Em Rusciano and Michael Lucas. This is Emsolation.
All right, we're welcoming him. I can't say welcoming. Oh, my God.
Welcoming.
Michael, I can't
You're
say
adding
it.
some syllables. Yeah.
Which
Nicely
is the story
done.
of my life. Thanks, man. Thanks. As I've told everyone, and I'm telling you now, I am sitting on the side of the road, tethering off my phone. Anything could happen. You will hear incidental buses and car noise. So we're all just dealing with that, okay?
Do you have vomit caked in your hair?
Oh, stop it. I can't.
Well, no, it's a
smell the
genuine
vomit out.
concern.
Yes, like I've got all I can smell is sour milk. Like it's like it's seeped into my soul. I don't understand. But look, I'm feeling today's going to be. I'm feeling very brittle today, and I have to say one of the things that set me off is something we've waited to talk about because we knew there'd be backlash to the backlash to the backlash of the backlash. And also because our podcast didn't record till today. I've been thinking about this a lot, and when I'm up at 3 a.m. holding Elio, I found myself seething about people's reaction to Adele's weight loss.
No, it's the big topics. It's a worthy cause.
Why does Adele's size matter so much to so many people?
Well, did you see in the UK, it knocked the pandemic off the front page? Like they had 30,000 deaths past that day, and yet Adele being thin was the front page on almost all the newspapers.
It's everywhere. It's astonishing. I don't even think Adele anticipated. I think she thought she'd slip it out there during the pandemic and no one would notice. Don't you think she thought she'd
Yeah. Well, kudos for her as well for not doing the big elaborate, spread in some sort of magazine, the sit-down interview talking about it at all. It was just a humble, it's my birthday, here's a picture of me, thanks, guys. And yet
it's
still
her yearly post.
Absolutely, world stopped. It's good to know that despite the fact that we're in a completely unprecedented global life and death situation, we can still creepily obsess over a 32-year-old's weight.
But that's the whole thing. Like, you would think with everything that's been going on, some perspective may have been gained by some people, but it's just like you cannot quench the thirst of people's views and opinions and policing a woman's body. And for me, for Adele, it's reducing her down to just her size and not her amazing ability. And that's what pisses me off the most, is that Adele is the way she looks, not her talent. And as someone as good as Adele is even being reduced to that, it just makes me wild, Michael.
But there was this strange aspect to it as well. I mean, Adele, she's so beloved. She's so beloved in a way that I don't think there's very many people in culture. I was trying to think about who is
Dolly
universally beloved. Yeah, Dolly. That's a good example. And I also thought Olivia Colman, weirdly, although not as famous, not as nearly as famous. Your grandmother loves her. Your kids love her. Everyone just loves Adele. And it's the voice, and it's also the persona in the interviews and the way she chats and the banter in the concerts. And we're just so on board. And you were a very early Adele adopter. I have to give you credit.
I had a ripped off early CD version of 19. I loved her, but I didn't love her because of how she looked. I loved her because of how talented a musician she is. And the thing is, like, I went and stupidly delved into some of the online comments and promptly lost all faith in humanity, let me just tell you right now. People accused her of having surgery. They said that she'd just pile it all back on. They said she was letting plus-sized women all over the world down. Oh, my God. And they said she looks strange and weird with the other one. She looks weird. She looks so weird. Doesn't look like her. And I was getting more and more cross with this. And I want to say, if you're listening now, and, I don't want to upset anyone, but if you had some kind of triggering reaction to Adele losing weight, I'm sorry, but that's on you. That's not an Adele problem. That's a you problem.
The only good spin, and I'm really, it's not a good spin, but the only positive way I can think of it, sort of, is that, do you remember in the 90s when Oprah lost all that weight? Like, she did the dramatic reveal on the show. And back then, the universal reaction was, "Oh, good job, Oprah. Well done. You look amazing. You look amazing. What diet did you have? Amazing." There was this weird
we all want to
element.
see the diet, don't we? Where everyone's like, how's she done it? What's her secret?
Yeah, and Oprah was only so willing to devote months of content to it. But with Adele, there was this weird element that crept in of people saying a good spin of what they were saying was, but she was perfect the way she was. And I can't remember another time when a weight loss has been revealed where it hasn't just been, oh, nailed it. And so on one hand, yes, is it completely creepy and judgmental that people feel they have a right to have an opinion? Yes. But also, it maybe was a testament to how beloved she was exactly as she was prior to that.
Yeah, but they're still reducing her to her size. Like, that's what gets me. And
it's also
so
because there's no other content as well. Like, there's no album, there's all we've got is her Instagram feeds at the moment. So Adele-wise, that's the only things.
But also,
unless you're listening to her old albums in the bath crying, which is something we both do regularly, if not crying and masturbating. Anyway.
Oh, well, I've done that, definitely. That got me through one of my separations. Where would we be without Adele? To cry and masturbate to. Obviously, we don't want to congratulate women, and laud them as being a success in life because of the way they look, right? That goes without saying. And there is that kind of gross aspect around how good J-Lo looks at 50. And I'm firmly split with, oh my God, she looks amazing, with let's not congratulate a woman for just how she looks. Let's also look at her achievements, or not look at her looks at all. But for me, there is so much shame to wade through as a woman as it is. Do you know what I mean? That I just feel like if we're now going to add weight loss shaming to the shit heap, everyone can just go eat a bag of dicks. I'm done. Do you know what I mean? Like, if we are now weight loss shaming people, what has happened to you guys?
There is no way to win. It's lose-lose.
So I just feel like I have of outrage to the outrage about the outrage of the outrage. And guys, don't bother adding me about Adele, okay? Like,
we have just talked about it for 10 minutes straight, but we don't want to talk about it, all right?
I'm done now. It's closed until the album comes out, and then there will be a visceral dissection of every song she's written about the ex-husband.
The divorce album. And it's meant to be a dance album as well. Have you heard that?
I feel like she's just messing with people. I don't think that's true.
Oh, really? I believe it. Oh, no. I've been hoping for 4 years for Adele's divorce album.
I feel like there's more chance it's going to be death metal if it's a divorce album, and I would be on board for that. Speaking of controversial topics, though, I stupidly thought I could casually post my top 10 Disney songs as a bit of fun on Friday night on my Instagram. No, that did not go by unnoticed. And people are as passionate, I can confirm, about Disney songs as they are about Adele's weight loss. Because apparently my top 10 was très controversial. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to let you all know my top 10 if you missed my Instagram post. I mean, I assume you all see everything I post all the time, but whatever. Michael, because of copyright and Disney being very litigious.
I have to sing it?
You'll sing the chorus of each
and
song.
You'll be faded down. Okay. No,
here we go.
Oh, wait, are you singing
number
too?
10. No, you just do it because your singing is way more entertaining than mine.
When I get a record deal out of this, Em, you are going to feel so embarrassed.
Definitely, people are still giving record deals out. Here we go. Number 10, Be Our Guest, Beauty and the Beast.
Oh, Be Our Guest, put our service to the test. There you go. Is that enough?
I love the little French accent. No, that's enough. Okay, 9, Shiny, Moana.
Oh, no, look, okay. I'm so sorry. I'm not as... I know how far I'll go. I don't know Shiny. I'm sorry. You're going to have to do it.
I'd rather be shiny, like the jewels around a wealthy woman's neck. It's amazing. It's the guy from Flight of the Conchords, and it is... Yeah. He's...
Jermaine.
Tamatoa is the sparkly, bedazzled crab.
It's a niche choice. I support it.
It was. Okay, number 8, Almost There, The Princess and the Frog.
Oh, no, Jesus. Well, you're choosing all these obscure ones. I'm ashamed of myself. I don't know it. I don't know Princess and the Frog that well. I know. I'm sorry. You go.
Well, I'm almost there. I'm almost there. It's such a good song. It's really good. Yeah. Okay, number 7, Be Prepared, The Lion King.
The chorus of that is just be prepared. That's it.
That's enough. 6, Let It Go, Frozen.
Let it go, let it go. What are the lyrics? Through the rain and shine, let it go. I don't know.
Oh, my gosh. You are
this is terrible.
I am
Okay.
one with the wind and sky. Come on.
Okay, all right, sorry.
Circle of Life, number 5, John Lion King.
Thank God. It's the circle of life.
Yep.
I can hear it echoing on your side. Terrifying.
Number 4, Into the Unknown, Frozen 2.
Oh, Into the Unknown. I mostly know that because you sing it walking around my house so much. You enter the door and I just hear Into the Unknown.
It's my favourite.
And then it goes up.
I love it so much.
Into the Unknown.
Stunning. Number 3, A Whole New World, Aladdin.
I can show you the world. Oh, you want the chorus? I could do the whole song. A whole new world. A new fantastic point of view. Yeah.
Wow.
There we go.
Really?
I feel like I'm
quite tone deaf. Number 2, Part of Their World, The Little Mermaid.
Oh, again, one that I could sing every lyric. Up where they walk, up where they run, up where they stay all day
in the sun.
in the sun, wandering free. Wish I could be part of your world.
Yeah. You can tell this
Yeah.
podcast is ours because it's descended into us singing Disney songs. This would never have made it onto commercial radio. Number 1, though, which proved the most controversial, was Poor Unfortunate Souls, The Little Mermaid, as performed by Ursula. I can do this one. I'll admit that in the past I've been a nasty. Poor unfortunate souls in pain, in need. Oh my God, Ursula is my favorite Disney character of all time. Like, and I've not made any.
And you're about to
that.
sing
I've never hidden
this
that
one,
fact.
Longing to be Thinner. That one wants to get the girl, which is a total callback, segue back to the initial topic. Anyway, and yet
Thank you so
people
much.
complained.
Yeah, people complained about mainly me supporting The Little Mermaid as a whole in a storyline. Like, they said that's a really bad example to set your daughters. That movie's terrible. It says you got to change everything about yourself to get a man. And I more see it as a cautionary tale. I also admit I only ever focused on Ursula. I didn't pay much attention to what was going on with Ariel and Eric. But I do say it's a cautionary tale. It's the Meghan Markle tale. It is, don't give up your family and friends for a bit of royal peen or you'll lose your voice. And I think
Meghan Markle might have done an okay job giving up most of that family, to be honest, and most of his family. I think that's
True.
okay.
That has worked out well. She's done better than Ariel, I think. But I don't know. I just feel like it's like someone said it's not feminist of me to love The Little Mermaid. Oh, hell.
Well, look, I don't disagree. I mean, I wouldn't class it as a top piece of feminist literature. I mean, I think it is pretty terrible, but so's Grease and so's half the things. Look, I mean, there's so many things that we grew up with that absolutely morally and ethically and in terms of all kinds of values reprehensible, but excellent songs. And
I know.
that's where I place
And
The Little Mermaid. But can't your daughters, they grew up with it. That was drummed into them from an early age, and they realise that the gender stereotypes there are absolute bullshit. But I think you teach people to sort of decode. You have to teach people to pull apart that stuff.
And I think it's important because society still deems marriage as the final end goal for women, as the final point of success that you've tricked a man into marrying you. So I think, all of the Disney early tales of the princesses, that did seem to be the end goal for a lot of the women. And then they got woke, thank God. And, you got things like Frozen now where the greatest love of all is between sisters, not a man and a woman. But I just feel like Little Mermaid is an important part of that educational journey. And let's not besmirch some of the greatest songs ever written because unfortunately their heroine is lusting after a bit of royal dick. Do you know what I mean?
I wonder if they'll change the ending in any way for the remake.
Nah.
Oh, they've got to commit, you reckon?
I
remember when we
Disney
were kids,
doesn't allow it.
Snow White was seen as I remember because she was all about I'll wash and sew and sweep and cook, and everyone acted as though she was, the worst possible. And at that stage, we thought Ariel and Belle were progressive. And let's just say 30 years on, not so much. And I'm sure in another 30 years, we're going to look at Frozen and going, hang on a second. They thought that was, look at the dimensions on the bodies of those princesses. There's no way that's a progressive. But I don't know, as long as you give people the tools to understand it, on two levels, enjoy it, but also realise, this is a terrible message.
All right, we better go. We've banged on for long enough about Disney and Adele, two of my favourite topics. I'll chat to you on Thursday. What are you doing today? Have you got important meetings for 5 bedrooms?
I do, in fact. I have a meeting at 10 a.m. with the director. Thank you. Thank you for asking.
Fine. And we didn't get to debrief about the reaction to your last week's podcast about how you killed Patrick on Offspring. We do probably at some point need to do a debrief on that. And then the Wentworth people came for you also because you killed off one of their beloved characters as well, which I forgot.
I did. I am a serial killer in TV terms.
Yes.
We can talk about that too.
Amazing. All right, you go have your very important TV meeting. I'm going to drive home.
That's so sad. All right.
I know.
Goodbye.
See ya, bye.
This is Emsolation.
All right, well, I've driven home. I've picked Scott up. We've had 2 fights, which is part of the course. And we're back now, sitting on the side of the road. I'm so stressed, Scott.
It tends to be the case when you don't get any sleep for about 4 nights because the little bloke's been hectic.
And I also feel like I'm already thinking, the pod's not of usual standard today because I'm so tired and scattered and on the side of the road. But I hope that people will hear it and go, that's okay. My life is a bit like that.
Yeah, but in 10 years when you've done 2 million of these, this is just going to be a little, whatever it is.
I don't know if that stacks up mathematically, but we'll push on. Now, we got a great message today. And, of course, if you want Super Coach Scotty's help, it's hello@mrussiano.com and just record yourself like Liz did.
Hi Scotty, my name's Liz. I'm 37, I'm from Melbourne. I've got a work question for you. I always crap on to my co-workers in a fun way, like, I'm so good, haha, yes I am amazing. I do have the opportunity, however, to qualify as a more senior role, which involves me writing down my achievements and then having an interview with HR to talk about them, and I'm so nervous and anxious about it. I could have applied last year, but I let the date slip by because I was just nervous about it, and now this year it's coming up again and I really want to apply for it because I think I know I'm good enough for it, but I'm so nervous about talking about it in a serious way. Scotty, please help.
I love that one. It's great. And it's in the pocket of what you normally do in your job, isn't it?
Yeah. There's obviously work takes up a big part of our lives, so people want to be good at it, want to get satisfaction and fulfillment from it. So, yeah.
Why do you think Liz is afraid to invest herself in progressing her career?
Well, what I heard was that internally she believes that she is good enough to go to the next level of her career, but it's what happens when it has to be stated publicly. So in front of the HR department to do the job interview. She believes it personally, but at this point in time, perhaps she's not prepared to declare it publicly. First thing I'll be looking at with this is, okay, what's the specific goal here? And you might say, to get the job. No, that's the end goal. But what are you going to focus on that gives you the best chance to get that? And I don't know. You'd have to work this through with Liz, but it'd be something about being able to present yourself in the way that you feel is true to yourself and is authentic. And when we're talking about authentic here, it's about not selling yourself short, essentially. It's about showing the people what you believe is inside of you and your capabilities to do the job.
And what do you think her underlying concerns are?
Well, I thought about this for myself, and this is just one way of thinking, of course. I can't reach into anyone else's brain until we have a good chat. But if you think about why would I have this thing where I believe I'm good enough, but then I'm not comfortable in saying that to others? There's some sort of concern, isn't there? There's some sort of fear. And then maybe, well, what is that fear? Well, what might happen if I say that to others? What am I fearful that might happen? And maybe, I don't know, this is just me drawing a long bow here, but maybe there's a concern that if I stand behind my accomplishments and my capabilities and my ambitions, and this is why I can do this job and this is my track record, is there a concern there that people won't believe her, or they'll, so-called laugh at her? Is she concerned about being humiliated or even shame, or is she concerned that they might think, who does this lady think she is? Who does she think she is? Does she think she's better than us or better than she really is? So is there a concern of actually social ostracism. Being ostracised is the word.
It's all right. I've struggled to speak today, so don't even worry about it. So how can she change the mindset? So, I mean, we're always scared of our peers thinking that, oh, who does she think she is? She thinks she's better than she is, da-da-da-da-da. And it's tough when you work. Sounds like she works in a team and, she says she has a social environment around her and she chats. How can she, the next time it rolls around, completely reverse the way she's viewing the situation so that it enables her to have the confidence to actually go for what she knows she can get?
There's two concerns here, isn't there? There's the concern about what might happen if she does declare herself publicly. Mm-hmm. There's that concern about, and however true that might be, or however likely that might be. And the second concern is, the concern about me not exploring and fulfilling my potential. So at one point you might go, well, what's more important to me? Is it more important for me to stay small and safe, or is it more important for me to grow? And there may be some sticky points along the way, some uncomfortable points, or there might not at all. That's that part.
So what's she going to do? I want some practical advice right now. I want you to give her a tool to put in her belt. She's going to hear this and go, right, I'm in. What's she going to do? You're Liz. The job interview's on May the 30th. What are you doing, Liz?
Well, she just...
Liz sounds manly. Put on a voice. No, I'm joking. Scotty looked at me better. I was going to make him talk like a woman. I wouldn't. What would a woman sound like if you talk like a woman, though? Just give me a little bit of Scott woman. He's laughing at me. All right, what's she going to do?
I think there needs to be almost a bit of a flip the script. So work out what is that statement that you're telling yourself, all right, and then flip it. So if you might be saying, really deep down, I'm really worried that they're not going to believe me. Just say that, okay? So then, well, what's the script that you need to be listening to, telling yourself, that's going to give you the best chance for you to speak comfortably and confidently with those people? So flip the script, and then you got to practice that too. You got to practice speaking and being in a way. So you got to keep trying on the coat until the coat feels comfortable and it feels like it's you, all right? So when you're confronting fears and concerns, there's two ways of looking at it. You can either wade into it bit by bit, or you can throw yourself in the deep end. What approach do you?
I bomb into the deep end.
Right, and so there's your two ways. So if it's a wading in approach, then you need to do it at home. Speak, it's almost like you're doing a mock interview, speaking into the mirror, recording yourself, audio or video, so you can get the feedback as well. That's really helpful. Not with judgment, just more like, okay, what am I noticing here? What's going well? What do I need to do differently? And then you might even do it with, say, friends or family, or even, but also where she said at the start, it was interesting. I always crap on telling my co-workers how good I am, so she feels the need that it's just crapping on. She's got to do it with conviction.
But I also think something you won't appreciate, because you're top of the totem pole being a straight white male, is that women often feel they have to apologise for wanting to take up space, for wanting to project themselves and for wanting to be assertive. And that's years and years of social conditioning. And it's something I've come across a lot, especially the last show I did with Rage and Rainbows. So much feedback saying, yes, I am afraid to put myself out there and I don't want to be seen to be making too much noise. So I just noticed a lot of her language sounded like she was apologising for being competent and talented at her job, and it almost felt like she had to keep herself smaller in fear of stepping outside and drawing attention to herself. So I just want to encourage you, from my non-qualified perspective, to draw attention to yourself. There is nothing wrong with wanting to take up your space in the world, and you don't have to apologise for that. And I think women have been told over many years that that's an undesirable trait and that we shouldn't be doing those type of things, that we should be making the people around us comfortable. And I think that's wrong. So Liz, I totally encourage you to go for that job. Scotty's given you the practical tools. I know he's going to have a wrap up, but don't ever apologise or make yourself smaller for taking up space in the world. You take up all the space you need to be your absolute best. Oh my God. How good was that? No, but that was good. Really good. That was good, right? I mean, that was just me riffing on the side of the road as cars drive past me. Hi, guys. Hi. Okay, yeah, you got to wrap.
That was really good and very true. So again, I'll go back to two things. What's more important to you? Is it more important for you to stay safe and small, and so that there's no chance that people might think of things of you, and which you don't even know if they're going to do that anyway? Or is it more important for you to explore your potential professionally and grow and accept that there might be some risks, perceived or actual, along the way? So there's that thing. And then lastly, What about this for an idea? You know, she says, I always crap on them jokingly about how good I am with my co-workers. Well, I wonder if your co-workers have already worked out what's going on for you anyway. They already know what you're doing and they just sort of smile and go along with it. Maybe they've already worked, or they don't even care anyway. I encourage you to let your true aspirations out. Let your true self out and go for it. And obviously you can train and prepare that so it's not risky.
Yeah. Well, that's good, Liz. Hopefully, I'd love to hear from you if you go for that job and how you go, and hopefully it's helped some other people listening who are kind of feeling a bit stuck and not sure whether they're good enough to go for that next thing. Of course you are. And if you don't get it, if the worst happens and you don't get it, that doesn't mean you're a bad person. That just means you didn't get that thing that time. But you could do something again. You could go for it again, or you could do something different. Thanks, Scotty. I'm still feeling so rattled, man. Like this is not ideal.
Sleep is the key.
It's fine. Guys, thank you so much. You know, if you're listening now, you can hear it in my voice. If you've got a toddler, you know. And it's also when your kids are sick and it's just like, he's so precious. He's my little prince. He's my little prince, Scott. He's my precious little prince. Why he's screwing his face up at that? Our prince. No, my prince. I grew him in my body. Okay. Guys, thank you so much for listening to Emsolation. If you want to become an Emsolator, go to my website, mrussiano.com. All the details are there. Just click on the listen section. We love all our members. Hello to you if you are one. Also, thanks to HelloFresh. Oh my gosh, first sponsor. How exciting. We'll be back on Thursday. You know what I'd love for you guys to do? If you've listened to today's podcast and you thought, geez, that was good. I mean, maybe today's was a bit rough. No, it's fine. I'm apologising for taking up space. Can you recommend us to 3 friends? Can you copy the link and send it to a mate who you think needs a little bit of emsolation in their life? Okay? I'm looking forward to seeing who you bring into the crew. Have a great Tuesday, and we'll hear from you on Thursday. Bye now from the side of the road.